Hello, this is Todd Prevett, Worth Fire and Security. I'm on an Apple phone. Today I wanted to try to help people understand how to add users and access control on Alarm.com's platform. I'm using the Alarm.com platform at my office, so I figured it was a good time to show off some of the features. So I'm going to do a few videos. It's 2024, Arlington, Mansfield, Texas. I just wanted to show off a little bit of the Alarm.com features and services. In this case, I want to add a door access functionality. So this is an iPhone. Everybody's seen it. It's a bunch of apps. Everybody knows all that. It's got tons of apps and games and everything. It also has the Alarm.com app. To find it quickly, if you just drag down your finger on the screen, you can either see it in your assist or you can search for it by pushing Alarm, ALARM, like Worth Alarm, worthalarm.com. Check out my website when you can. But Alarm.com's right here. That's what it looks like. I probably sound corny. I'm not great at videos. But I just wanted to give you how to add users. Now, this is an enterprise login, a little different from residential. Does have a few, it looks very similar, but on my system, I have, of course, the security alarm system functions, and I also have my locks, my doors, 2 doors right now, and I can, do certain things with those doors, do it at the same time. I can unlock all the doors, and I don't want to do that, but anyway. I also have a lock on my warehouse door. So this is office to warehouse. If I want to walk in from my office to warehouse, there's a small padlock on the door. It just helps me secure a little more of the space. And also thermostats, things like that. Anyway, let's get back to adding that access. So if you look at the way the Alarm.com lays it out, you have the orange bar at the top, and at the bottom you have like a little quick access. So you have the home, you have the video tab, you can look at your video cameras, you can have your activity tab, tells you your activities. And then over to the right of that is your more button. The more is a great little section, talks about, that account for the office. Now, that said, you may have multiple accounts. You can just touch up here and see your home account, or you might want to flip over to any other account in your system. In this case, I want to go to the office account. And this is where I'm going to be working inside of the office account setup right now. That said, you still have the center area. Down at the bottom, you have this bar that has the information bar. On the very far right has the more, the 3 lines. Famous little more menu. Once you hit the more menu, at the very top of the account is user access. This is what we're going to work in today. So if you touch user access, I'm going to try to be fast here. This is basically the user access plan layout page. Now, it's kind of hard to see because they're so big. So I'm going to go to actions. And if you scroll down, look at the bottom, there's one called list layout. So you have card layout, which is what we're looking at there. The list layouts here. The list layout's a little simplified. I like it for this application so you can see the difference. You can change it back. You can go to card layout. And I don't know why I didn't save. Card layout, there it goes. Or you can have the list layout. So real quick, I have the admin, which is basically all time, and I only have 3 users on admin out of 11. And it says 24/7 access points to the security alarm panel. I have 1 lock, and then door schedules, I have 2, and it's all access and door schedule. Now the work week, we have 8 of 11 users who have security panel access, 1 of 1 locks, which is basically the back door. And then this is the schedule. They have access to those doors. So 1 of 2 doors, and then this is the time they have access with the access control. Or the security alarm panel. It's all tied in one. So, other than that, up here, I like the actions. I'm going to change this to list layout. There's my list layout. And I'm going to go to this little tab here. So this tab here allows you to see the little options that you can do to set up your access plans, your users, or your access point information. I believe that Alarm.com was very smart. They put it in the order that you need to go. So you could go to users first and add users, but say you're doing something new, you just want to do it in this order, be the best way. So in this case, I'm going to go to access plans. There's my access plans, and I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to actions, and I'm going to say, add a new plan. I don't want to manage holidays right now. I will do a video on that. Add new plan and all access plan. You don't want to add an all access plan unless you're giving it to your wife or daughter or someone you trust, because it's going to have all access. Card layout is basically just the card layout and the list layout of the two panels we talked about earlier. Options of how you view it, how it lays out. But in this case, we'll just go to add new plan, name the plan. So what I want to do is add a delivery plan. So we'll call this delivery. Pretty simple. And I don't like the green icon. I'm going to switch it to a yellow icon today. And then I'm going to do a courier truck. And then I'm going to hit next. So there's my plan. I don't want to add users yet because I don't have a user. If I went into users, I don't believe I can add a new user from here. But I need to add that at a later date because I want to make a user for each of my carriers. So I want one for UPS, one for FedEx. We may just do FedEx today for this video. Anyway, so I'm going to cancel. And then we'll go to access points. What doors or points do I want this plan to have access to? I just want them to have access to the back door. That's it. So pretty simple. Ask yourself a question, answer it with the check boxes, and really simple to do. So save. Add a schedule. What time do I want these people to have access to my property, to my door, to that back door? So pretty simple here. You just start with Monday and say he's a courier, right? So think about the service of the person you want to have access and when do you want them to have access. So a courier, I have some deliveries that come at, I have a before 8 a.m. type delivery. So I might want to make this from 6 a.m. And it automatically throws a block of, 4 hours or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30-minute blocks. It'll be 4 hours. All right, Monday, 6 a.m. Now, you want to go like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and do till Friday. Well, if you do it that way, it's going to give them access 24/7 till Friday. We don't want that. So we're just going to keep it on Monday. You could hit the all day tab if you wanted. It'll give them the whole day. We don't want that. Oops, I shouldn't have messed that up. So we'll cancel. We'll go back. I want to have from basically 6 a.m. and I'll change the time. And what time do you want to have access to? We want to have it to, let's give them 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's a little better than working hours. So 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Now, instead of doing the start time, this whole thing down here, we don't want to mess with that. We just want to do the copy command. Copy command, go to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't want them to have Saturday or Sunday. If they want to access those days, they can reach out to me and save. So now I have it set up for this time frame. They have access to that door possibly, but not yet. We need to assign users to this plan. So we build the plan, delivery plan, and we save it. Now we have the delivery plan, and it wants us to add a user, but we don't have a user for deliveries yet. We need to make them. So we'll save that. There's your delivery plan. As you can see here, it looks like it's in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D. Work week is W at the end, so it's in alphabetical. That's fine. Now we want to go back up here to the blue bar where it says access plan, and then we want to add a user. So the users in here are not my delivery guys, they're my employees. So we want to add a user. In this case, we're going to use FedEx, capital FEDX, and you have to have a last name, so I'm putting courier. So FedEx Courier is the name. And I could, if I know my FedEx Courier and it's always the same, you could put that in. But in this case, I just want FedEx Courier. So I'm going to create that. Now FedEx Courier is created. That's going to update via the cloud and then update my panel with that information. So there's storage in the panel. There's so many users and so many things that are kept in the panel level. But at first it goes to the cloud. The cloud stores that information, and then it updates the devices downstream of that, I guess. All right, so let's go through here real quick. The very top one says FC. That'll be the little quick logo. You can change that if you want. I think you can make a something on that, but I'll cancel. FC for FedEx Courier. Add a credential. Next thing on the list. So we hit the Add a Credential tab. Go down a little bit. And you can see at the bottom you have 3 options. Now each user can have all 3 of these. So you can have an access badge, you can have a PIN, and you can have mobile credentials. You can have all 3. Now, that said, let me back up here a second. I'm going to add PIN. So I'm going to hit PIN. I'm not going to back up. I'm going to hit PIN. I'm going to generate a code, and I'm going to write that code down. So for FC, I have a 1104. That way I have that note, and we'll assign that PIN. Now you see right there it says Courier. Now you can add more credentials. You can add badge access, mobile credentials, but PINs do not count towards your 30, and I'll explain that here in a minute, but you get 30 credentials. Now badges count, and mobile credentials count to your 30 credentials, but I don't think PINs count. You can have as many PINs as you want. Access period, credentials never expire. Basically, you can uncheck this and tell it to expire. I want to give this particular person, access to my property. The badge is good for a week while they're here working on a project. After that, it expires. That thing will be gone, and they will no longer have access until we recreate them another one. But in this case, I just want to leave it on. We'll save it. No groups. So user groups. So we have access period. Then down below it's user group. User groups determine which user can activate certain rules, such as first person in. So first person in means that I scan my badge and first person in, if he has access to the security alarm panel, it will disarm the alarm automatically. So it's kind of got some automatic functionality. This guy, I don't want him to be able to disarm my alarm. I want him to come in after I've disarmed the alarm. So I'm not going to put that function in. I don't want him to have that. And besides that, I'll have to put him as far as a part of a group, and I don't have a group set up that way. Anyway, I have a manager group, and that's it. And I'll put people that I want to walk in and disarm the alarm in my manager group, if that makes sense. So we'll cancel that. English, yes. External door lock. Now, this is when enabled, door access by the user will unlock for an extended period of time. To modify these settings, talk to your service provider. So basically, I would be the service provider. I could extend the settings. I believe it gives them an additional minute. This is important to have on there for couriers and for people with handicaps like a prosthetic finger. But also it's for people with wheelchairs and walkers and canes that you have working for you that might need more time to scan their card or use their credentials, their PIN, and then it unlocks for an extended time for them so they can, grab their cane, their walker, open the door, prop it up, so they can deal with the situation of getting in. Same for courier. They have to pick up the package they put on the ground and pull it inside and slide it in for me. Sometimes they're very fast. Sometimes they get stuck, but you don't want the door just relocking on them real quick. So I go ahead and turn that off. Anti-bypass exception means that if I have functions to monitor anti-passback, which means someone could pass their credentials to the person behind them, it basically would make it to where a card or a badge, you can't use it more than once. You can't use it once and then again. Really comes important when you have doors that are double door scenario, where you have first door enters into a lobby or a breezeway and into a second door. Person would sometimes take that card, pass to the person, they'll go in, and then the person outside will scan again, but the system will say, hey, this guy hasn't gone through the next door, so he's passing it back. And it will know that from the software and say, we're not going to allow this access, or we're going to stop this from happening. So anti-passback is pretty cool for a little higher security situation. We do have plenty of examples in the field of that. Next down is the contact information. This is good for employees where you can put their mobile number, email, and they get notified of events if they get, if they have problems and need to reset their PIN. There's a lot of options. It's just, but for this FedEx Courier, I don't have any of that. I'm not going to need that. Skip down to access plan. So he has no access plan right now, so we'll hit manage access plan. We want him to have the delivery access plan. Now you could give him multiple plans, but we just want them to have the delivery plan. And this delivery plan is our delivery plan for all our users. So if we have a FedEx user, a courier, DHL, DHC, DHX, whatever that is, DH, or if we have FedEx or UPS, this is the same plan we'd assign to all those people. Gives them all the same, time and entry times. So we'll save that. And as you go down here, you can also see that the delivery has one person, one door. That's fine. User information. This can be pretty nice. You can add user information, like if you want to put job title, company name, location. But this is really just for you, for your reports. It's not important for the user to have in order to function. Additional information. That's what I just looked at. Additional information. So that's it. Now, you can come into a user and pause a user if you just want to pause their access for a while and then reapply their access. So maybe you have a situation where you didn't know if this user was part of a problem or not. And you just want to pause them to eliminate thinking he might be part of the problem. So that could come in handy. Anyway, it's a nice feature. That said, let's get out of there. We've made that setting. We have a FedEx carrier with one access plan. And that's pretty much it. We'll show you the access points page. These are the optional. These are all my access points. So the security panel is an access point. Locks, door locks are access points, and the door access doors are access points for that client, for that customer that you could possibly apply. But this courier, we only gave him the back door. So the panel had to be disarmed. And that's pretty much it. Now this is what it looks like. And you can look at the panel version, card layout version. You can kind of see there's the delivery I created. There's the work week. And that's how you build the access plan. And then on the users, that's how you add a user and give them access. So you can see Mr. FedEx Carriers right here. He has one plan. Very simple. There's his PIN. You can always come back and retrieve it as you need. And that's all for this video today. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew how to add access users. I'm at 12 minutes. So check out alarm.com, look at their features. Check out worthalarm.com. That's me. And thank you so much. Have a great day.